Kaya.
Let's see what those posters do.
Hi, puppy. What are you doing?
In the bags.
I love watching her ears. They're so fun.
Wait.
Hello everybody and welcome to Mr. Bowen's All Stars. If you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and like this video. I am going on my 13th year of teaching elementary school and going back to teach kindergarten for the first time in about 2.5 years. Today is Monday, August 12th, and this is my teacher life video, I believe episode 2. And this week is going to be all about pre-planning and back to school. There is some things that I still need to do in the classroom, so you'll see a bit of like mini classroom setup, but also you'll see me getting ready for Meet the Teacher Night, back to school, and all of that, because next week, Monday, will be the official back to school where I have to report as a new teacher to the district that I am in, and as well as all the regular PD and stuff that goes with it. So this week is my week really for me to get everything that I need to get done so that I am 100% prepared and ready, and I am not stressing for PD week. So today's plan for Monday is really to get those. I've printed out some colored posters and I now have ink in my printer, so I printed out those color posters, laminated them, cut them out. I'm gonna put them in my classroom and see if I can also start editing some documents that my team has given me. They shared with me some of the back to school information that we give to parents that they can fill out and also bring back to us. So I'm gonna look at those documents, edit those to fit, my theme and just to fit my voice, and see what the week brings us. So let's head into the classroom and get to work. So some more supplies came in today from the previous teacher that ordered supplies. Looking like that there is easel, paper, construction paper, which I will definitely use a lot of, note cards, highlighters, all of the things that I can already have, so I'll go through it and see what other goodies are in here. All right, well, I ended up spending a good chunk of time moving some furniture for just helping some of my colleagues. There's a lot of changes that are happening by rooms. My kids are cleaning up the blocks in their most noisy way possible. An art room is getting moved to where a second grade room was, and the second grade room is getting moved to where the art room was. So I volunteered my services and help them move all the desks and the tables, because the tables are for the art room and the small desks are for second grade. So I am sweaty and tired now. I unpacked the supplies that I had. There wasn't a whole lot. And now I'm gonna go home. We're gonna eat, and then I'm going to start looking through the documents that my teammates gave me. I'm gonna print out the birthday, a brand new birthday display, and have lunch. Not in that order. And maybe do some more laminating with the birthday supplies, and see if I can print out some originals for all my pre-planning. So, whew. Day's only halfway over and I feel like I have been run over by a truck. So I have just finished for the evening. I finished working on some back to school forms, updating my Meet the Teacher Night forms, information about myself, as well as some other things. I'll turn the camera around so you can see that, as well as I printed and laminated my updated, a brand new birthday display. So let me turn you around and show you my computer so you can see what exactly I did. There are a few different forms that I create and have ready for parents on my Meet the Teacher Night or open house, whatever you want to call it. I have a just about me, welcome to school form, which talks about the expectations they can have for me, the expectations I have for students, and parent expectations, as well as a bunch of different information on procedures and routines within the classroom. Then I have just some first week information, things that they need to bring, important first week information about what's going to happen that first week, as well as I have for my records, a transportation sheet that parents fill out on how they're getting home, how their students are getting home, whether it be they're being a car rider or a bus rider, and they write the number. And I know the office will give me some information about this, but I just like to have this type of information readily available right away, which is parents, name of the parents, their cell phone number, email, just so I can just have it right away and know how to contact them as soon as possible. And then finally, I also have I also have a getting to know your child, a survey that I will post in the link to the video below. This is just a little bit of a survey so I can learn a little bit more about things that are that the student is interested in. What are some responsibilities they have at home? What are some extracurricular activities that they do? So this one was from Teacher Pay Teacher, so I can share this. The other ones are just kind of generic for me forms. And I would highly recommend, if you are a brand new teacher and you're coming to a building for the first time, definitely talk with your team to see if they already have things that have already been created that match your school's the procedures and routines and items that your school uses already. I talked with my team already, and since I already had these forms to begin with, I just took some of the information that they had on their own forms that they shared with me and just just matched with the form I already had. So this is just those are the things that I have that I give out to parents and have them fill out at Meet the Teacher Night, or you can also call it open house. So this is the end of Monday. We'll see what happens tomorrow for Tuesday. Well, good morning. It is Tuesday, August 13th, and today the plan is to do more pre-planning. I'm very blessed and lucky to have a team that has given me so much support already as far as the documents that they have. I still don't even have an email yet. I'm guessing I probably won't see any sort of access to technology or email or anything until next week, starting Monday. So my team, though, has been given, at least one team member has been giving me access to her documents that she's used for back to school, such as her, introduction to who she is, just back to school information, and that sort of thing. She also gave me access to a calendar that they've used in the past, where they send home every month to families that show the themes that they're working on, what the special schedule is. And so I'm going to utilize that to kind of help fill out the calendar for what specials look like for me each and every week as soon as we know what the special schedule is. So definitely, if you are a new teacher, make sure that you utilize your team as much as possible. They can be very helpful in providing you what you need to make your back to school documents. But today is going to be more of pre-planning. I'm thinking that today, as far as like pre-planning goes, it's going to be more of like preparing for like the first week. So when I say pre-planning, that means, yes, I'm planning, but I'm not actually getting into the nitty-gritty. I'm just looking at what are the first few days going to look like? What are some activities I might use? What are some routines? What are the routines and procedures that I want to go over? That sort of thing. So that's what I mean when I say pre-planning. So let's get into it and see what the day brings us. I have learned my lesson from the last time I had the birthday displays. No longer will I do Sharpie on there. In the past, I've been able to like write Sharpie on things like laminated things and be able to wipe it off with Clorox, but hasn't been able to work on this lamination. So I'm going to put the birthdays in dry erase up here, and they'll stay up all year, and they will still erase by the end of the year, so I can use these displays again and again and again. So hopefully this works better this year. am labeling my line spots so that students know what order they're supposed to stand in. So there's not any fighting for this is my spot in line or this is my spot in line. They each get a student number, as you know, and they stand on these numbered spots right here. What I used, the type of tape I used, is something called gaffer tape. Gaffer tape is like this right here, and it is something that is used very often in like theater and stage, and you can peel it up very easily and it doesn't leave a residue, but for the most part it sticks pretty well and very useful for tile. So if you ever want to do something like this, I would highly recommend getting gaffer tape. I will link the Amazon link that I got this tape from down in the comments below. But this is just very helpful for avoiding any issues when it comes to, especially in kindergarten, students getting in line. And there is also, I also left a spot here for the line leader because I do have class jobs, and being a line leader is one of the class job that I have for kindergarten. So I think we've reached a stopping point for today. A lot has been done, even though I couldn't record making the makeshift bulletin board out in the hallway. I took those 3 tracks, little foam tracks that you can use to put up staple work onto. So I turned that into a makeshift bulletin board, and that I couldn't film because there was no good place to put the camera. But I got that done. I put my line order using gaffer tape up, got my birthday displays up, and I took down those old speakers that were mounted on the wall that are no longer being used. So I think I am done here in the classroom today. I'll see if I can get some planning for the first week of school done at home, since I don't have technology in here and I didn't bring my computer today. Okay, so I didn't do any extra planning last night. Today is Wednesday, August 14th, and today I plan on doing maybe a little bit of planning for the first week of school, but I have me and the 2 little ones are going to meet a former teacher colleague that now teaches in the district that I am in. We're gonna have lunch and kind of talk about the upcoming year, just kind of celebrate the fact that we are now once again technically coworkers, and it'll be great. So not doing much of any planning this morning, but the afternoon after lunch, I'll get to do some work. share with you some of my first week of school ideas. It's kind of like my pre-planning. I can't print, so I've been making a list of all going through all the first week of school stuff that I have on my Google Drive, and I've been placing them under my recent so that when I do have access to a printer and I can print again, I can go home and do this, I guess, but at least I have a list of some of the items and activities that I use for my first week of school. Everything that I have, if it's still available, I will send a link to it in the video description of the teacher pay teachers to these items. So the first thing I have is a first day of, you can do different grade levels, but it's first day of kindergarten headband, but there are different grade levels for the first day of school crowns, and of course I am using kindergarten, or not kindergarten. For at the beginning, I like to have some sort of activity, like a morning work sort of activity. So I usually do like a coloring page. So I'm gonna have a first day of kindergarten coloring page out on the table for them to color and work on at the beginning when they first come in. This is actually a craft, an item that I have made that I will put on my teacher pay teacher store. I haven't really created much for my teacher pay teacher store in a long time, but this is something that I still have, and it is a Wheels on the Bus craft in emergent writing. So we sing the song Wheels on the Bus, and then we have students make the bus where it looks like this, and for the writing they put the first letter of their name in the saying. So for me, my first name is Daniel. The Wheels on the Bus would go dumpity dumpity dump, and the kids love it. You just copy it right on yellow construction paper or the construction paper that you would print it on, and there's enough for a bunch of students to make a bus, as well as the emergent writing that happens here. I also do first day of feelings, where we make a simple graph where students get to look at how they talk about how they feel on the first day of school, and we graph our feelings on that. And I also have a scavenger hunt where they go and they find these items within the classroom, and then they color the picture after they found that. And I have another, and this is all, again, all these activities are like for the first week. It's not in one day, but we'll read If You Take a Mouse to School. They'll do a cause and effect, cut and paste cause and effect. We work on this together because it is a little bit difficult, especially for students that are coming into kindergarten that's never been in school before. And so some other little simple activities. I will also post a link on this as well. This is from the Moffat Girls. It's a preschool packet, but again, you get a lot of students that come in from kindergarten not having any skills, not knowing how to hold a pencil, not knowing how to trace. So we have some of these pages right here for them to just practice just tracing a dotted line, so they can practice their pencil grip and other things like that. And there's like simple cut and paste. If it depends on the students. Generally, I don't use scissors right at the beginning unless it's something that I feel like that I can easily help them with. So some of these that we might use if it's a cut and paste, others we might not. So we have numbers tracing, we have colors, all sorts of things. But I just wanted to share with you some of the items and activities that I use with my class for the first day of school. I overplan for a reason. Obviously, the most important thing you want to think about for the first week of school is routines and procedures, making sure the students understand what's expected of them at certain parts of the day, certain parts of the classroom. What does it look like to sit on a carpet? How do you transition from the carpet to their seats? What's the library expectations? What is our expectations for when we line up? All those kinds of things definitely need to be covered, but I do overplan just in case we find ourselves with some extra time. So these are just some examples of the activities that I do the first week of school, but the number one most important things, of course, is routines and procedures, routines and procedures. Well, we are here at Thursday, August 15th, and I am back in the classroom for the last day of this week. I'm sure you noticed that the lights are off in the classroom. The reason being is because that buzzing that I mentioned in the last Teacher Life video, the buzzing from the ballast, the light ballast, is back again. It doesn't matter what set of lights are on. If the front lights are on, the buzzing is loud. If the back lights are on, the buzzing is loud. So until it's repaired from a ticket that was sent in, until it's repaired, I'm not using the lights. And today is the last day I'm coming in for this week, because tomorrow I plan on cleaning out my garage. I do a haunted garage for my community. I'll have a video on that later, but for now, I'm just finishing up some work here in the classroom, and then we're gonna go home. Let me go ahead and share with you what I've been working on and what has been happening today. One of the first things I've been working on here is getting this bus assignments list done so that I can print it out in color when I have access to the printer. And I will write the names in pencil because they change throughout the year. So I print it out and I make sure that I just write it in pencil, because it's a pain to kind of like print out another one after every change that happens after I write it in ink. So I have the bus number here, and there are pictures of animals that attach to the buses, which is very helpful for kindergarten especially. So this has been made and it's ready to go, and I will print that out and have it ready for the first day of school. The other thing that I was working on was getting this document, which is a list of all, once I have my class list, all my students will be here, and I will just mark. There are 3 different choices that each of the students have for lunch, and so I just go ahead and I mark for each day next to their name if it's choice A, choice B, or choice C, or choice D, which is cold lunch. And it's just for my records to kind of see what they've been having. It's helpful for if you have students with any sort of like, if parents are, say they have allergies or whatever, just making sure that I'm in good collaboration with them and being able to tell the parents what the students are picking. So I print a new one of these off after it's filled up each and every day, and it's just helpful for my records. So this is another thing that I was working on with my teammate, because she already had kind of the systems in place that they used at the school. So now I have my own copy of this ready to go. So that is going to be pretty much it for today. I don't have really any other major things. I think there's one other thing that I need to print out for my library. I have a label. I'm sure you can see the missing label for my library over there. And so I'll be printing that out. You don't need to see that. And once I have that printed out at home, I'll laminate it and put it on here. But it's been a busy week. Next week is going to start back to school, where teachers are reporting, and so I'll do a teacher life then, but I'm not sure how much footage I'll get, but I'll kind of talk you through my week and how things went. So once again, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for watching another Teacher Life video with Mr. Bowen's All-Stars. As always, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And of course, Hannah wants to say bye as well. Bye, everybody.